Hello, hello. How are you today? If you are watching live, let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you're watching the recording, let me know it's a recording so I know what time that you guys are just like hopping on here. Today I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about self-care. So if you saw my post yesterday about giving yourself permission to do some things, this is kind of going to tie into that. So I promise that if you stay on to the end, I'm going to give you a link that's going to help you with all this. But hey, Cindy, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. All right, so imagine if you never felt burnt out or overly stressed again. Like, wouldn't that be awesome? Um, Caregivers, even if you're not a caregiver, you know that taking care of other people and having to do all your normal responsibilities, plus having that on top of it, can just like leave you really burnt out and feeling like there is just no time and you just can't get stuff done, let alone get to your things that you want to do. You guys know, or maybe you know, maybe you don't know, that I take care of my father. He's been living with me. It'll be 3.5 years, almost 4 years now. And I have my young granddaughter with me. So I've got both ends of the spectrum. Okay. They're 80 years apart. And it's awesome. And I love it. And I'm blessed. And they learn so much from each other. But it's hard. Like I'm caring for both of them and all the other things that I have to do. For a long time, and I know better, like my background is in fitness and health, right? And I know better, but I was putting that on the back burner. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. And then I just got so angry. Like I started to gain weight. I was tired. I was more stressed. Like I know better. What the heck was I doing? So I'm going to give you 3 steps on how you can combat this and just change this around before it gets out of control. And you do not want to wind up like I was going, the direction I was going into. All right. So do you know that there's 40 million adults in the United States? I think United States, maybe, okay, scratch that. There's 40 million adults. I don't know geographically where. Could be across the world. I just saw that stat. But anyway, there's 40 million of us that are caring for an elderly parent. I don't know the stat about how many of us are caring for a grandchild, but I will tell you that number is large and it's increasing. There are groups that I'm in, grandparents raising grandchildren. There's a lot of us. So that's a growing demographic, so we've got people taking care of parents, people taking care of grandparents, and how do we fit that all in? Okay. We do this out of obviously love, right? We love our family. It's a sense of obligation. So usually we come into this role it can start off like a crisis, like a health crisis, right? And then it's like, whoo, you just throw it into this whole new world and you're trying to adjust and figure it out, your new normal. 4 in 10 adults are now in the role of taking care of others. So 3 tips, okay, ready? Number 1, ask for help. Not only just ask for help, but accept it when it's offered. I struggle with this. I don't ask for help. And then usually I'll just like melt down. Not good. So ask for help. And then when people offer help, like I said, accept it. Another thing I struggle with, I'm like, no, it's okay. I've got it. Yeah, no, I don't have it. So I'm learning on that one too. Number 2, caregiver burnout is real. Okay, admit it. It's okay. Reorganize, plan time for yourself. Okay. And I know that's hard because you're thinking, I have no time to do what I have to do now. And I told you to stay on to the end because I've got something that's going to help you with that. Okay. But that's number 2. You need to fit yourself in. Number 3. Where's my number 3? Okay. I don't have my number 3 in front of me. So scratch that. Total mistake. That was 2 tips. All right. So circling back to what I was doing, ever see that analogy where people tell you life, you have this glass jar, and when you put the big rocks in first, it takes up so much space, and then you fit sand in and it fills in all the cracks. Well, that was me. I was fitting in my father, my granddaughter, my husband, the house, the business, everything I had to do. And I was giving myself crumbs, and I was really feeling the stress and anxiety and burnout from it. So I put together a video course over 3 days. You'll get a trip to your email. I'm going to give you the link in the comments as soon as we're done with this video. And my message to you, if you take away one thing, that it's not selfish to put yourself first. You have to, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Even if you're just a mom of a new baby, you know that, or you should know that. You're going to learn that fast, that they can take up your every moment, and you have to prioritize yourself, and it's not selfish. And I have said this before, and I know you've heard this. You're on an airplane, and the flight attendants always say to put on your oxygen mask first before helping a young child who may be sitting down next to you. Why? It's because you're not good to anybody else if you pass out, right? Or if you die, right? So you have to take care of yourself first. And in these videos, I'm going to give you some tips and strategies and how to organize your time better. Yeah, so we need to do this, okay? If this hopefully was of benefit to you, tag somebody that you think might need to hear this message. I'm going to put the link for the 3-day course. It's called the Guilt-Free Balanced Life, because there also should be no guilt in doing this. Self-care should be a priority. There are so many caregivers these days that are now burning out and getting sick. So I know I don't want to be 70 years old, all of a sudden sick now. Like, my family's all okay, but I made my health go downhill taking care of them. So I've made it a priority. I'm looking at things very differently through a different lens right now. I have a better schedule to do this. I have a better plan to implement this. And my goal is to help you do the same, so we avoid, getting sick ourselves pretty much, or lashing out on our loved ones that we're taking care of. We don't want to do that either. So again, I hope you found this valuable. If so, please share it with a friend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.